At Cemex, we produce essential materials for a variety of building, construction and infrastructure projects across the UK. Our supply chain teams play a critical role moving these materials, and our trucks, trains and vessels travel an estimated 60 million kilometres a year. That's roughly the same distance from Earth to Mars. Our water transport activities support our global Future in Action programme, which drives our commitment to becoming a carbon net zero business by 2050. Transporting materials by water is a more sustainable mode of transport than road and rail, producing significantly less CO2 emissions per journey. We currently transport around 14% of the aggregates we produce by water, with plans to grow this figure in the future. We have several wharfs located around the UK, and the type of transport activity they support will differ depending upon the waterway or coastline they are situated upon. At Ryle, we transport around 170 tonnes of sand and gravel per barge, and up to 2,000 tonnes a day to our processing plant, 3 miles down the River Severn. To give you an idea of the volume these barges carry, an average double-decker bus weighs around 12 tonnes. Using barges has allowed us to save around 75% in CO2 emissions, compared to the number of journeys that would have otherwise been required by road. Our Dagenham Wharf is supported by a substantial water operation, which helps serve the markets of Greater London and the South East. Our dredging vessels, which operate at permitted sites across the UK coast, can bring in up to 10,000 tonnes of aggregates per visit, whilst our coastal ships can bring in up to 3,500 tonnes. These materials are then transported via barge to our Fulham plant. These barges are pulled by tugboat and can carry 400 tonnes of materials per journey. Last year alone, we transported 50,000 tonnes of aggregate from Dagenham to Fulham, the equivalent of taking 2,750 trucks off the road. We also transport materials by sea from our Rains quarry, with ships travelling to many different destinations. Last year, 35 ships from Rains transported approximately 120,000 tonnes of limestone. That's almost 30% of the total limestone produced at the quarry. The journey from Rains to Dagenham uses a ship that travels over 600 miles around Wales and the south coast of the UK, finally entering the River Thames and arriving at our Dagenham Wharf 2.5 days later. Our shipping activities make a massive contribution to transporting materials in a more sustainable way, but they also face a very unique set of challenges. Journeys need to be planned around tide times, water levels, weather conditions, as well as river and port schedules. We also work closely with local port authorities and the Canal and River Trust to ensure that we are compliant with local requirements. It's a complex operation, but one that brings great benefits to our business and supports our wider objectives around safety, sustainability, and customer experience.